Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about creation and process states of manifestation. So what does this mean? Well, we are looking into more of the mechanics pertaining to how a manifestation can come to us. Now, of course, in a previous video, a while back, I talked about the 5 acts of manifestation. Now, of course, we're not really looking into the 5 acts here. We're just looking into 2 particular states. All right? So, firstly, let's take a look at the creation state. And I'll provide an example about how this creation state takes place. So, this is similar to what I have also talked about pertaining to 5-minute focus. Now, in a 5-minute focus meditation, you have an image created. Okay? For example, maybe it's the youth body, as I've been working with personally. Okay? So that may be the example, is that I am taking 5 minutes in meditation to go within and see this image that I have created that represents the appropriate nature of manifesting the divine youth body. So maybe I've pulled out an old picture of myself from 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago, and I said, that's it, that's the perfect picture I want to use to manifest the divine youth body, because I'm going to say that everything is pure and perfect. So the organs are perfect, pure and perfect. Okay, the glands. Okay, the bodily systems. Okay, I can go on and on. Muscles, tissues, blood vessels, arteries, etc. Okay? We can go into that detail, or we can already feel that as we look at the image, outside and inside, everything is pure and perfect. You can keep it simple, which I usually recommend, or you can go into detail, it's up to you, right? But just keeping those details also simple, right? One word, 2 words, etc., right? Very, very simple. And again, the simpler you make it, the more effective it is, from what I have discovered working with the divine youth body. Okay? But this is just going into the example that as I do the 5-minute focus meditation relating to the divine youth body, I am in the creation state. Okay? So my eyes are closed. I've memorized every detail relating to that image that I have termed appropriate to be the divine youth body. That's the template that I have created. I've created this template, this old high school picture of me, right, when I was 16 years old, for example, and that is my divine youth body image template. So I memorize that image. I understand every detail. I know exactly how my face looks. I know the color of my hair, everything. So now I'm closing my eyes and I'm focusing. I am the divine youth body. The divine youth body is me. Everything within the divine youth body is pure, complete, and perfect. The outside of the divine youth body is pure, complete, and perfect. Okay? And I'm just staying within that mentality in the creation state for 5 minutes. Okay? So this is the first part, is working with the creation state. We've done the 5 minutes, and now we come out. Okay? As we come out of meditation, now we get up from our couch, from our chair, from our bed, and we carry on with the day. Now, that is an important part. After we have gone through the creation state, we move into the process state. Now, the process state is not for us to do. We, personally, do not work with the process state. Well, what does? Spirit. Spirit works with the process state, right? The universe works with the process state. So when we are in the creation state, we are putting our focus, right? It's like we're sharpening this image, we're sharpening this intense, we're charging it up. We do our 5 minutes, and then we come out of the meditation, we get up, and we go and we do something else. Okay? So we've charged it up, we've sent it out. Now that we have sent it out, it is in processing. Okay? It's in spiritual processing. So we have absolutely nothing to do with this. And I mention this because there are those of us, even myself included, when we finish putting forward a manifestation, we're still thinking about it intellectually, about how this might come about what might happen, about what is the effect that is going to take place. When I'm looking at the divine youth body, is my cheek going to change? Are my cheeks going to change? Is my chin going to change? Is my eye color going to change? Am I going to have thicker hair? Is my skin pigmentation going to be different? See, we're still wandering, right? So we enter a wandering process because, again, the intellect is all fired up and we just start wandering and wondering. We wander and we wonder. Okay? When we do this, this goes back here. We go back into the creation state again, right? Now, when we are pondering that and we're asking questions, well, when we ask questions about these things, this does not create certainty. This just creates perplexion, okay? So when you are going into the wandering and the wondering state, we go back into creation state again, and we actually contaminate what we have just put forward within our 5-minute focus. Okay? We entered a beautiful meditation state. We were able to feel ourselves as the divine youth body. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's your financial abundance. Maybe it's attracting a romantic partner, right? Maybe it's a new career, whatever it is. But nonetheless, we've put 5 minutes of focus through an image that we know represents the pristine nature of what we are intending through that 5-minute focus meditation, but we're not able to let it go. Our mind attaches to it. It's like a clamp, right? The wandering and the wondering states clamp onto it. And we go back into the creation state. Well, I wonder how this is going to happen. Wonder how this is going to take place. I wonder. Huh. Would it be like this? Would it be like that? Would it be like the other thing? And now that creates this kind of white static pertaining to the creation state. Because we have not been able to move ourselves past that creation state, right? We haven't allowed it to go into processing, okay? So it's very much like a manufacturer in that way. We create the process, and we take it to the warehouse, and we leave it to the warehouse to manufacture and process these things. We've already created the prototype. It's now up to the warehouse to take care of the rest of it, to fulfill orders, to distribute, to take care of all of that, to build it en masse, etc. Right? So this is very much like our laboratory. You can see here's the lab, right? And here's the warehouse. So we create everything in the laboratory, right? We create this 5-minute focus. Great. So this is exactly how it's going to be. This is exactly how it's going to take place. Here's the 5-minute manifestation I've done, the 5-minute focus. Now I'm going to send it off to the warehouse. The warehouse is going to take care of everything. It's going to mass produce it. It's going to distribute it to me. It's going to be taken care of. It's going to be wonderful. Okay? But if we still focus on being in the laboratory, well, then we're never going to get to the warehouse because we're constantly just delaying ourselves over and over and over again, and we're contaminating what we've just created. It's like we created this beautiful model here, and now we're just pouring a bunch of stuff over it, and we're ruining it. Saying, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I pouring all this lemon juice over it? This orange juice? Why am I pouring cranberry juice over it? What's going on here? Because I'm wandering and I'm wondering. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. Right? We have to work on that. Okay? And really what that is through meditative practice. Now this is why I have used the word apply. when I finish performing a creation state manifestation. Okay? So I say spirit, etc., 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 apply. Okay? As soon as I do that, that is my own trigger that is taking that creation from the lab and giving it to the warehouse to be processed by spirit. So divine spirit, clear away any debris within my body, apply. Okay? So as soon as I do this, that means that the manifestation, that the 5-minute focus, that the command is done. It is complete. It is finished. I don't need to dwell on it anymore. As soon as I say apply, snap the finger, I'm done. And I have worked with myself, trained with myself, to know that when I do that, I'm not doing this, going up here. I'm not going up into creation state. Okay? So these are the two states. Once you release it, and you let spirit take care of it, it's now going into the process state of the manifestation. In the 5 acts of manifestation, this would be processing to move into the result. Okay? So I wanted to remind everybody of this because this is where some people get delays in their manifestation. Or maybe it doesn't turn out in the way that they think it is. Because at times, we go into the wandering state. We go back into the creation state process. And we don't go into the spiritual processing state. Because we're still holding on to that manifestation. You got to let it go. Right? So after you do that 5-minute focus, train yourself to do some type of action, to say something that will say, I've done this, I've wrapped it up, and now it is off into spiritual processing. Now spirit can take care of that manifestation because I've let it go. I've talked about this relating to other people, and for example, illnesses that they may still have, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. Okay? As long as we hold on to thinking that that illness, that impediment, that discrepancy within ourselves can't be done, and there's no way that spirit can clear that out, right? We're holding on to it. We're clutching onto it for dear life. So it's the same process here. It's the same example. That when you're doing the 5-minute focus, or if you're speaking to spirit, you're speaking to your greater aspects, to clearing this out, but you don't believe it'll be done, you're still clutching on to that manifestation, then it's going to still be held onto you. Spirit cannot take what you are still holding on to. So, when you go into wandering and wondering, spirit isn't going to be able to take your creation out of the creation state and put it into processing. You haven't relinquished it, right? Apply. Relinquish. Give it up. Right? It's free from your hands. It's not tethered to you. You've cut the cord. You've released it. Here's my manifestation. Spirit, take care of it. Let it be done. Great. Now it's done. So we have to train ourselves to being able to let go of what we have been able to successfully create through the example of the 5-minute focus. Right? The divine youth body. Seen that for 5 minutes. Did all the pure completion, perfection energy with it. I'm ready to let it go. Good. Let it go. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. As soon as you finish that exhale, you've sent it to processing. Good. Get up off your couch. Get up off your chair, off your bed. Continue your day. Don't even give it a second thought. Okay? This is what we have to practice. We have to train ourselves and say, okay, once I got that manifestation, I have 100% trust. It's going to go out to spirit. It's going to be processed. And it's going to come back. And it's going to be the resulted manifestation that I've put in through the 5-minute focus. So this is very, very important. Okay, it's a simple way of manifestation. The manifestation states, one involves us, the other involves spirit. Okay, so as we continue to work with this, we learn to let go. We learn to relinquish our creation so it can be sent out to spirit to be processed. It can be taken to the warehouse. It can be built en masse, and now it can be distributed back to us. Right. So we just have to let go of that creation knowing that we're stepping out of the door of the laboratory. Okay? As soon as we step out of the door, we have no attachment to that manifestation. That's how this works. Okay? The last thing you want to do is be here. Is start to wander and wonder, because now we contaminate that creation state. Okay? So learn to relinquish. Learn to let go of your manifestation. Once it is focused on, release it so Spirit can take it, because Spirit will only take what you are relinquishing. If you are not relinquishing it, Spirit can't touch it. It's yours. You're still holding on to it, right? With a tight vice grip. So release it, put it to spiritual processing, and let it come to you. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with Spirit Source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck. And of course, check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.